Alienware makes some of the coolest computers on the planet. And unlike so many PCs nowadays where you choose your pre-built computer off the shelf, with Alienware you get to specify every component, from video card to power supply to processor. It's kind of like the old days when we used to build our own PCs, except with Alienware, there's no more skin knuckles from installing everything yourself. Plus, Alienware deals with all those little compatibility issues that used to plague those of us who assembled our PCs. Earlier this year, I built some notebooks that several of us are now using, and I got to make this gaming PC as well. This is the result. It is a beauty. Let me show you how I got there. If we go and visit the Alienware site, we can go into the desktop area. And this will take us through both regular productivity desktops through to the performance line of desktops, which, as you can see, offer quite a jump in both price and performance. Now, we've got one of their nice Crossfires running here, so let me show you how I went about building it. We go into the area and we can read through all the different features, and you're going to want to do your research. If you're building a computer like this, you know what you want. You want to do your research and make sure that every component is exactly what you want. Then you can go in and you can customize all of the different aspects that are customizable. And this is the area we do that. You can go through and we make selections on everything from cosmetics to performance. Right now, we're about to pimp this PC. So first of all, you choose the color you want. We're going to go with the black case like I have here. And then you get to choose the lighting system because you want it to be individual. You want to make your own statement. And the color of lights that glow through the case, that's important. You can change it. So you can choose a nice lunar white or a nice Nova yellow. You can choose whatever color system you want. Now, I chose Fusion Red, although it was a toss-up with Plasma Purple. Not because I like the color purple, but I'm a big fan of alliteration. Now, one change that I would have made over the system that I built if I was building it today is I would have added something called acoustic dampening. This is extra filtering within the case that will filter out a lot of the noise. And we find that this computer runs a little bit louder than we anticipated. Why does it run louder? Well, let me show you inside, because this case looks like nothing that we've ever seen before as far as PCs are concerned. It looks more like the inside of a car, or perhaps the inside of an alien spacecraft. See, all of these different cables that we see here, all of these different tubes, are actually liquid cooling systems for all of the different components. Our video card and our processor run so hot in this system that regular fans and air cooling simply won't allow the system to run safely. So they have to add liquid cooling. And we found that this runs a little bit louder than we anticipated. So adding some extra acoustic dampening to this case would have been a really good idea. Now take a look in here. This is an amazing piece of engineering with these actual pumps to circulate the cooling system. And if we take a look up here at the top, we see the power supply. This is a huge power supply. It's actually a 1,000-watt power supply that runs this system. Technically speaking, this is a really advanced computer. I wouldn't even want to try and assemble one of these myself because besides knowing about computers, I think I'd also have to be a plumber. Let's take a look at some of the other components that we have to make decisions on. And the first one is you have to choose what video card you want to have installed. Of course, a video card in a gaming system is probably the most important single component. So if you upgrade the video card, the cost of the system is going to increase, and every time you make any changes to your configuration, it's going to be reflected in this counter that we have down here at the bottom, which is basically tabulating all of the additional pieces that you're putting into the system and giving you a running total of how much it's going to cost. Now, not only does it give you a running total of how much it's going to cost you, but it also tells you when it's going to ship, and that date will change depending on what configuration you finally build, because these systems aren't ready to go off the shelf. Each one is built custom for you after you order it. So depending on what configuration you have, how long it's going to take them to assemble, and if they have all the parts in stock, your date of shipping is going to change as well. So they give you a lot of really good feedback. Now it's just basically making some great decisions, going through and deciding if you want 2 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes of memory, how large a hard drive you want, and no more are we just talking about 2 or 3 or 4 or 500 gigabyte hard drives. Now we're looking at 1 TB or terabyte hard drive, which is 1,000 gigabytes. Another option you have is to add an extra optical drive to your system, and I really like this option, adding a Blu-ray reader into my system. The reason I like this idea is if you've looked at the price of Blu-ray DVD players to add to your home entertainment system, you realize that they're very expensive right now. Far and away, the most cost-effective way of getting a Blu-ray disc into your home is putting it in your performance PC, and it makes your PC that much better as well. So basically now what you're going to do is you're going to continue on deciding what peripherals and what additional components you want built into the system. When it's all done, you can check it out, and then it will be shipped to you, and you'll have a screaming system sitting at home. Alienware lets you build a great custom gaming system without the hassle of worrying whether all the parts fit together, which, despite all the advances in technology, is actually no easier today than it was a decade ago. And if you look inside this one, it actually might be harder to build today than it was a decade ago. So if you're looking for a cool-looking, screaming speed demon gaming PC that will leave your friends green with envy, well, then Alienware is the great place to start.